Welcome back, focused learners. Let's get right into it today. We are breaking down a seriously rigorous step-by-step roadmap from creator Aditya.2x. Think of this as a masterclass on building a profitable dropshipping business in India, literally from absolute scratch, all the way to a target of 5 lakh rupees. If you're exhausted by vague, fluffy advice and you just want a structured, actionable blueprint, well, you are in the exact right place.
Okay, let's dive into this, because starting with a 1 lakh rupee loss is the harsh reality check most people really don't want to talk about. But it's true. The creator actually started his own journey deep in the red. Why? Because he relied entirely on assumptions. He just assumed that, running an ad would automatically bring in thousands of views and a guaranteed chunk of buyers. He held on to these theoretical ideas instead of real, tested strategies. But honestly, that massive financial hit was a game changer. It forced a major pivot, away from passively watching free generic tutorials and toward building a strict, absolutely self-reliant playbook.
And that playbook is exactly what we're going to explore in this explainer. We're going to cover the real start of dropshipping, finding the right product and building a premium store, a high-quality ad strategy, a secret to increasing your delivery rates, and finally, the 50 lakh mindset.
All right, let's hit pillar number 1, the real start of dropshipping.
What's really fascinating about this whole roadmap is that the journey to 5 lakhs actually begins with a psychological battle, not a technical one. Before you even think about touching Shopify or opening up Facebook ads, you have to completely rewire your expectations to this one anchor point, 500 rupees. The creator insists your very first goal absolutely must not be 5 lakhs. It needs to be making just 500 bucks. Why? Because the very second you generate your first 500 rupees online, your brain literally shifts. Once it believes the 500 is possible, all that friction disappears. Suddenly it believes 5,000, 5 lakhs, or even 50 lakhs is actually doable. It's all about proving to your own mind that the system actually works. But here's the catch. Hitting that first 500 today requires a completely different approach. We've really got to contrast the golden days of 2022 with today's reality. Back then, there was low competition, you hardly even needed to target interests, and consumer trust was super high. Today, though, the baseline perception is that 99 out of 100 sellers are just frauds. Customers are incredibly skeptical now. Because of this massive fraud perception, we can no longer rely on those basic free tutorials or slap together a messy website. We have to actively and aggressively build trust.
Which brings us right to pillar 2, the right product and a premium store. To overcome that huge trust deficit we were just talking about, you need a product and a store that immediately communicates premium reliability. Aditya strongly recommends diving headfirst into the couples niche. We are talking about relationship-focused products here, custom bracelets, maybe small romantic statues, basically things that carry real emotional weight. He explicitly advises steering completely clear of highly saturated markets like kitchen gadgets or generic home decor. By focusing on boyfriends, girlfriends, and relationship gifting, you are tapping into an emotional trigger that actually generates immediate orders.
But listen, an emotional product means absolutely nothing if your store looks like a scam. To build that premium feel, the creator insists you must avoid the standard 24 free Shopify themes. They literally scream amateur to today's savvy online buyers. You need a premium AI-generated or paid theme that puts super clean product images right at the top, clear reviews, and zero distractions. And when they finally hit that checkout page, it has got to have zero friction. Keep it incredibly simple by only asking for first name, last name, address, PIN code, city, and phone number. That is it.
Let's move to and see how this builds into pillar 3, a high-quality ad strategy. Because once you have a premium store and a fantastic emotional product, well, you have to drive traffic to it. But if your store is premium, your ads have to match that energy perfectly. The creator lays down some seriously strict visual requirements for your ad creatives. They must be uploaded in 4K or at the absolute minimum 1080p, and they absolutely must be at least 60 frames per second. Smoothness equals trust, guys. Furthermore, you really need an aesthetic unboxing vibe. The example he gives is a Casio watch. You don't just show a boring picture of it. You show a high-definition, shining video of someone actually putting it on their wrist. If your creative is faded or blurry, I guarantee you will get zero sales.
Now, behind that beautiful video, you need a seriously powerful engine. The creator relies heavily on CBO, or campaign budget optimization. For anyone unfamiliar, CBO is basically a setting in Facebook ads that automatically distributes your campaign's budget across the best performing ad sets in real time. It just lets the algorithm do all the heavy lifting of figuring out where your money is best spent.
So the crucial point is exactly how you configure this. The creator provides a highly specific, totally rigid technical rule for pulling in high-volume orders. This is the golden rule. You run exactly one CBO campaign. Inside that, you create just one single ad set. And you target exactly 5 interest behaviors. Not 4, not 6, exactly 5. This kind of structured simplicity is exactly what he credits for consistently pulling in 15 to 30 solid orders every single day.
Moving on to pillar 4, the secret to increasing your delivery rate. This one is huge.
Because getting the orders, that's really only half the battle. Now we arrive at the absolute biggest nightmare for Indian dropshippers. You could literally run the best ads in the world, get 10 orders, and then suddenly realize 9 of them are bouncing right back to origin. Why? Well, because in India, cash on delivery is king, and the psychology of a COD order is incredibly tricky. A customer might order something totally on impulse, completely forget about it, or simply not have the actual cash on hand when the delivery driver randomly shows up 3 days later. If you don't manage this proactively, you are going to lose all your profit to return shipping fees.
So, to combat this, the creator developed an intensive 4-step call confirmation sequence. You cannot just send a quick WhatsApp message and hope for the best. On day 1, you call the customer to verify their details, but you absolutely do not confirm the order on Shopify yet. Let them sleep on it. Then, on day 2, you call back, tell them it's about to ship, ask if they need any changes, and only then do you confirm it in your system. That weeds out the impulse buyers. Around day 4, you call to let them know the parcel has reached their local area. And finally, on delivery day, you call the customer again and instruct them to actively demand the parcel from the delivery boy. Why? Because let's be real, delivery boys will often skip dropshipping parcels entirely unless the customer actually pressures them. It's a suspenseful, super rigorous process for sure, but this is exactly how you save your margins.
And finally, Pillar 5, the 50-lock mindset. Once you have the store, the ads, and that intense delivery sequence locked down, you are ready for the real secret weapon for long-term survival. And this brilliantly illustrates the psychology of high achievement. You need to completely erase the 5 lakh goal from your mind. Just wipe it. Your new mental target is 50 lakhs within 1 year. You just keep repeating it to yourself until that original 5 lakh number feels tiny. By forcing your mind to aim for 50 lakhs, you naturally scale up your efforts. Even if you completely fail and only hit 10% or 20% of your mental target, well, congratulations, you just achieved your actual goal of 5 lakhs. It's a brilliant psychological hack to ensure you don't play small.
Now, just to give you the full picture on how the creator structures his own business around this expertise, we're laying out his services here. We are simply reporting the source material impartially so you can see his framework in action. For those who want to skip the learning curve entirely, he offers ad management, but with a strict requirement of a 15K to 20K ad budget charging a 4,000 rupee monthly fee. For those wanting to learn, he actually rejects pre-recorded courses entirely, offering live one-on-one training for just 1,000 rupees. It perfectly mirrors his entire philosophy. It's rigid, it's structured, and it's highly hands-on.
So, we've broken down the entire playbook, from that initial psychological hurdle of making your first 500 rupees, to building a premium couple niche store, executing that strict 115 ad strategy, and relentlessly pursuing the 4-step delivery confirmation. The roadmap is totally clear. So the only question left for you is, are you ready to stop endlessly binge-watching free tutorials, relying on those old assumptions, and actually start building your own rigorous playbook? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Focus learners, take this structure, apply it, and go build something absolutely incredible.